to cater to the slows. Shout out to W360. The commitment to the slows is just throwing money down the drain. Opening up the window, taking a duffel bag of cash, and just throwing it out the window of a moving car. That's what they're doing with their resources. You look at Asia Wilson's signature shoe, her logo, resources wasted. You look at the Paige Bueckers Nike logo. Does this look like they really wanted to do this, or they were just catering to that crowd? So they said, oh, let's just get up Paige and let's give her a logo. Let's cater to the crowd.
Nike's supposed commitment to Paige Bueckers turned out to be nothing short of a betrayal. It felt like they tossed her a bag of cash out the window of a speeding car and kept driving, leaving her career hanging right before the biggest stage of her life. This wasn't just a marketing misstep. It was a deliberate undercutting of an athlete's potential, exposing the truth. They were never actually invested. The lazy campaigns, the uninspired collaborations, the bare minimum branding, they all pointed to a strategy rooted in appeasement, not star building. Instead of elevating her, Nike positioned her to fail, essentially firing her from the trajectory she'd earned. It was a stunning display of corporate indifference that left fans questioning whether the company values its athletes at all. In the end, the whole situation felt like a massive waste of money, momentum, and opportunity, setting the stage for an inevitable collapse.
Wasted. You look at the Paige Bueckers Nike logo. Does this look like they really wanted to do this, or they were just catering to that crowd? So they said, oh, let's just get up Paige and let's give her a logo. Let's cater to the crowd. PB, paint bucket. This looks like a paint can. This doesn't look like they're all in on Paige. This looks like they threw something together just to appease the slows. Fair enough. You look at Caitlin Clark, the Wilson basketball, selling like hotcakes. The Kobe PEs, selling like hotcakes. The Barbie, selling like hotcakes. The action.
Look at her Nike logo, a simple PB that somehow ends up looking like a paint can. This wasn't a sign of excitement or creative investment. It was a rushed, thrown-together afterthought, designed to appease the masses rather than celebrate a superstar. There's no artistry, no passion, just a stark contrast to how top-tier athletes are typically branded. The disinterest was palpable, signaling a company going through the motions instead of building a compelling narrative around one of the game's brightest talents. This superficial approach wasn't just lazy, it was a warning, a red flag that hinted at deeper problems in Nike's endorsement strategy, leaving Paige with a logo that felt more like an obligation than an honor.
Fair enough. You look at Caitlin Clark, the Wilson basketball, selling like hotcakes. The Kobe PEs, selling like hotcakes. The Barbie, selling like hotcakes. The action figures, selling like hotcakes. The Funko Pop, selling like hotcakes. Merchandise, selling like hotcakes. T-shirts, selling like hotcakes. It's not the same case with everybody else. And now the latest company to just take money and throw it down the drain is a company I grew up with. It's a company I grew up with. I think many of us had these. Paige Bueckers signs a deal with Lego as she prepares to be the next.
This half-hearted approach didn't stop with Nike. Take her Lego deal, supposedly a move to elevate her profile, but it immediately raised questions. How many kids, or even their parents, actually recognized Paige Bueckers on a toy box at Target or Walmart? The branding felt forced, disconnected, an attempt to leverage a name without building the market presence to support it. It echoed the same problem as the Nike logo. Minimal effort, minimal vision. The message was clear. This wasn't about creating a superstar. It was about checking boxes, diversity, optics, appearances, rather than cultivating genuine, widespread appeal. The result? Fans and potential new audiences were left confused, leaving Paige isolated from the broader public she deserved to reach.
Paige Bueckers signs a deal with Lego as she prepares to be the next signature athlete. Now, my question to you. How many kids know who Paige Bueckers is? Number one. How many kids' parents know who Paige Bueckers is? Number two. And if you're walking in a toy store, whether it's Target, whether it's a toy section at Walmart, and you see this face on a box, Who knows who this is? Seriously, who knows who this is? Same thing with the Nike logo that I said. Just
Now contrast that with the runaway success of Caitlin Clark's merchandise. Wilson basketballs, Kobe and Barbie dolls, action figures, Funko Pops, t-shirts, everything selling like hotcakes. The market spoke loud and clear, exposing a stark gap in genuine consumer demand and corporate investment. Clark's endorsements ignited public excitement and sold out instantly. Paige's initiatives? Struggling to gain traction. This wasn't just about personal popularity. It revealed a fundamental flaw in how companies approached athletes. Some were treated as true investments, others as placeholders, squandering resources and opportunities while the real stars drove the real results.
and you see this face on a box. Who knows who this is? Seriously, who knows who this is? Same thing with the Nike logo that I said. Just thrown together. Pieced together real quickly on the fly because they're not really fully invested. So they're just putting it out to put it out. They're not taking their time. They're just putting out slop to put out slop. So the slows can cheer and do backflips. Folks, if I didn't tell you who this was, I wouldn't even know myself. If I wasn't told who this
The insidious truth became clear. Paige Bueckers was being pushed onto the public, not rising organically. This wasn't natural momentum. It was a manufactured narrative, driven by ESPN, WNBA reporters, Nike, and Lego, all trying to force a story that didn't fully resonate. The reasoning was simple. She checked all the boxes for these companies, making her a convenient choice for performative endorsements rather than a true market-driven superstar. The backlash was inevitable. Fans and consumers could sense the artificiality, and it weakened her connection with the audience she needed to truly thrive. It was a risky strategy, one that threatened to undermine the very appeal she was supposed to be building.
Folks, if I didn't tell you who this was, I wouldn't even know myself. If I wasn't told who this person is supposed to be here, I wouldn't even know myself. But the craziest part of all this is that they're using Iowa Hawkeyes colors to promote a Yukon Husky play. Interesting. They're using Iowa Hawkeyes colors to promote a Dallas Wings play. Interesting. So they need to find something to connect Paige Bueckers.
He attempts to artificially elevate Paige Bueckers often relied on a desperate strategy, constantly tethering her to Caitlin Clark. From Clark's junior and senior years through her rookie WNBA season, there were relentless efforts to link Bueckers to her in any way possible, on social media, in stories, in campaigns. This constant piggybacking exposed a lack of confidence in Paige's ability to stand on her own, or at least a lack of imagination in marketing her as a unique talent. Instead of cultivating her own brand, she was positioned as an accessory, a move that ultimately weakened her individual star power rather than enhancing it.
Dallas Wings play. Interesting. So they need to find something to connect Paige Bueckers to Caitlin Clark so people can even pay attention to this. And in case you guys don't know, the Dallas Wings colors, what is it? Dark blue, navy blue, and like a lime green, something like that. This is Iowa Hawkeye, yellow and black. Black and yellow, yeah. You know what it. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa. It is what it is. Paige Bueckers is being incredibly forced upon us by ESPN, by WNBA